This chapter is all about turning a smart, patient investor into a confident one. You have your 4 M's, meaning moat, management, and margin of safety. And now Phil Town gives you 3 practical, internet-ready tools that help you grab the stick from Mr. Market. In short, these tools tell you when the big institutional money is quietly getting in or quietly getting out, so you can avoid being trampled and act quickly and calmly. Phil starts by saying you do not need to understand the math behind the tools to use them. Think of them like a traffic light. Learn what green means and what red means, then follow the command. The computer does the heavy lifting. You need only learn to read the signals. Why the tools matter. Institutional funds, pensions, insurance companies, mutual funds control most of the market. They move slowly, in huge amounts, and their buying or selling makes prices move. The little investor, by contrast, is nimble. Those big funds change charts over weeks. You can act in seconds. That is the edge the tools give you. Phil introduces the 3 tools one at a time. First tool, the MACD, which stands for Moving Average, Convergence, Divergence. Say it out loud once and then forget the letters. Just learn the signal. The MACD compares a faster moving average with a slower moving average, and then watches a third, shorter moving average as a trigger. When the MACD line crosses above the trigger line, large money momentum is turning positive. When it crosses below, that momentum is turning negative. Phil prefers a slightly more sensitive setting than most defaults. He likes 8, 17, and 9 instead of the common 12, 26, and 9, because it captures more of the early moves he wants to ride. The MACD is the momentum gauge. Mountains above the trigger line mean money is flowing in. Valleys below mean money is flowing out. Second tool, the stochastic. This is a momentum and oversold overbought indicator developed by Dr. George Lane. It looks at the recent high and low range, typically over 14 trading days, and expresses today's close as a percentile of that range. When the stochastic line climbs up through the 20th percentile, it is often a first sign that institutional buyers are stepping in from an oversold condition. When it drops below the 80th percentile, it signals the market might be overbought and big sellers could be coming. Phil likes the 14-5 setting, which uses a 14-day lookback and a 5-day smoothing average. The stochastic is often the early warning light. Third tool, the moving average. This one is simple. Take the average closing price over a defined number of days. Phil likes a short moving average, a 10-day moving average, because it gives a quick signal of when market psychology shifts. When the price line crosses above the moving average line, the psychology has turned positive. When it crosses below, it has gone negative. The moving average is usually the last confirmation. It's the final green or red after the other tools have begun to whisper. How to use them together. Don't rely on any one tool. Phil's rule is simple and discipline-driven. Wait until all 3 tools say buy before you enter, and wait until all 3 say sell before you exit. That triple confirmation reduces false alarms and keeps ERI, the emotional rule of investing, under control. ERI is exactly that feeling, that the market always drops right after you buy, and always rises just as you hesitate. The tools remove the guesswork. Phil gives practical examples. He walks through a trade on a popular company where the stochastic blinked first, the moving average followed, and finally the MACD crossed. 2 weeks until all 3 agreed. He bought, later the tools told him to get out and he exited for a tidy gain while avoiding the dramatic drop that followed. He also uses Apple as an example of how the tools can warn you before bad news hits the market. The tools flashed sell about 2 weeks before a company announcement that later sent the stock into a deep collapse. Those signals are not psychic. They are the charted footprint of institutional investors quietly repositioning. Important cautions. Tools do not replace the 4 M's. If you use the tools to trade companies you do not understand or that are priced above their value, you can still lose money. The tools are best when you only use them on businesses you have already qualified with the 4 M's, and when you bought them at a price below your sticker price and with a margin of safety. The tools help you keep gains, avoid big losses, and re-enter at lower prices. Practical tips from the chapter. Use the free tools available on popular financial sites or through your broker. You may need to download the site's advanced charting package or create an account. If you are new, practice paper trading first. Pretend trades to get used to signals and timing. Configure the tools to match your temperament. More sensitive settings give earlier signals but more false alarms. Slower settings reduce whipsaws but can lag. When all three tools agree, act. When all three say sell, act. Patience and discipline are the payoff. The closing message is encouraging. These tools are not magic, but they feel like magic when they save you from a crash. The internet has put professional-grade information in your hands. Use it wisely with the 4 M's, and you can avoid being hit by Mr. Market's stick and instead buy back the great businesses you love at fire sale prices.